everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Allie from Absolutely Allie, and today I'm going to show you how I clean my makeup brushes. There are a lot of YouTube tutorials on how to do this, but everybody does it a little bit differently, but mine is a quick and easy way, so let's get started. So how I clean my brushes is I usually use either one of these mats or one of these eggs. I really like the egg, and that's probably what I'll use today. And this is really easy to travel. I'll also have another little one that's easy to travel. I don't use this one as much, but this one also works well. The reason I like these is because it has these little grooves in it that helps you clean your makeup and get all the particles and things off your brushes, so that it's actually a little bit cleaner and they last long. And the mat has suctions on the back, so you can stick it onto your counter so that it stays when you are cleaning your brushes. But you can find these on Amazon, and I will link all the information below. They are relatively cheap, and I think they're the best thing to clean your brushes with. So I clean my brushes probably every other week, maybe every 3 weeks, depending on how often you wear makeup. I don't wear makeup every single day, but if you wear makeup every day, you probably should be cleaning your brushes maybe once a week. After I clean my brushes, I also use oil to oil them a little bit. That way they don't get stiff and hard. I've used coconut oil, I've used olive oil, or whatever oil you feel is best for your brushes. You should use that. The olive oil that I use is just pretty much 100% pure olive oil. This is from Kroger's or your local grocery store. And what I use to actually clean my brushes is I use face cleaner. A lot of people could use Johnson & Johnson's baby wash to clean their brushes, which is actually really great. This I actually had left over, and that's why I'm using this, is because I used to use this to wash my face, and I've actually moved on to something that I like better, so I don't like to waste products. So I'm using this as my brush cleaner right now until it's out, and then I might continue to use this. I could use some other type of soap. Some people use just dishwashing liquid like Dawn or something like that. You can use that as well. It's whatever works best with your brushes. So let's get started. I won't clean all my brushes for you all in front of you all, but just so you all can see how I'll do a couple of them. So this is the brush that I use to put on my foundation. So this one probably gets the most use out of all of my brushes. So what I do is I take this, this is actually called a brush egg because it's shaped like an egg, and I'm seeing if it'll focus and you all can see the ridges. You wet your brush, which I'm going to do now, so I'll turn the camera around so you all can see it a little bit better. So I wet my brush in my sink. I usually do this just either in the bathroom or most of the time. And sorry, I'm trying to focus. Then I take my egg, I put a little bit of product on it, a little bit of cleanser product on it, and I put it on my fingers, and I just brush around my brush on here. I'm gonna add a little bit more soap or cleanser to it. Sephora has a good cleanser. I think it's called Solid, and it's kind of like a beauty bar that you can use to clean your beauty brush and blenders. So you get it good and soapy so that it's cleaning. And then what I do after that is I rinse out my brush really good in the sink, and then I do it again. So I'm going to add more product, and I am going to cleanse it again. So after I get that good and clean, after I get it good and clean, I rinse it again. And I take my olive oil and I dab it on my finger. I'll show you. I just take it and turn it upside down on my finger and make sure I get a little bit. Well, first what I do, actually before the olive oil, is I make sure I get all the water out as much as I can. And then I take the olive oil that's on my fingers and I rub it on my brush like this, so it's in between. And then I lay my brushes flat on a towel and I let them air dry. So I'm going to do one more brush for you. I can use this one to show you how I do my brushes. So I wet my brush in the sink. I add a little product or soap, face wash, whatever you call it, and I just circle and swirl it around and get it good and soapy. And you can use the whole mat. I like the ridges that are on it because I feel like they get really into your brush. And these are made of rubber, so they're easy to clean. So I rinse out my brush and rinse off my mat. And then I take my brush again and go down it like this. Make sure I get out all the water that's in there. Then I take the olive oil, this olive oil, and dab a little on my finger and go through the brushes to make sure that your brushes don't fall apart, they don't crack or anything like that. And I lay my brushes flat on a towel. Some people have the fancy thing where your brushes can hold upside down. I don't have that, but it is probably a good investment if you have to wash your brushes often because you wear a lot of makeup. It makes sure that water does not get into this part of it so it doesn't rust or anything like that. So that's basically how I clean my brushes. You can also do your beauty blender on here. I can show that. I wet my beauty blender and I just do exactly the same thing to make sure that it's clean. It probably needs a little bit more water. And once I get it to a stage where I feel like it's clean, this is definitely a messy process if you have a lot of foundation on it. So just do it in the area that you don't want to get too dirty. So, and also I usually wear clothes that I don't want to get makeup on. So once I do that, I rinse it out. And I do not oil this because I don't want the oil to get soaked up in here and on my skin. And then it pretty much cleans it. It's almost like new. And I lay this to dry as well. That's how I clean my brushes. If you have a way that you clean yours that works really well with you, leave it down in the comments. Also follow me on Instagram at absolutely_Allie and follow my blog at absolutelyallie.com. Thanks for stopping